Hello. Uh, Now we will see about the new topic that is anti-anxiety. Anxiety is the state where we don't feel well, okay, which is related with our unpleasant emotional conditions. So, what is anxiety? Anxiety has been defined as unpleasant emotions or reactions that can be distinguished from others such as anger or grief by unique combination of experiential qualities and physiological changes. So what happens in your anxiety states? It is defined as basically your unpleasant emotion. Unpleasant emotions may be included with your sadness and suppressed mood, low mood, and these reactions can be distinguished from others such as anger, grief, and other combinations of experiences. So, in anxiety state, an individual is high experiences and unpleasant emotional reactions, which is a combination of your grief and anger qualities. Next, we will see the types of anxiety. What are the types of anxiety? It includes panic disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, PTSD, which is known as a post-traumatic stress disorder, and social anxiety disorder. Other includes as specific phobia and generalized anxiety disorders. Next, we will be assessing the therapeutic benefits of a mood stabilizer or anti-anxiety drugs which we are using are divided in four columns. First one is your severity of mental retardations, and then anxiety is self-reporting. Then the third one is your caregiving supportive and behavioral monitoring. And by giving anti-anxiety drugs, what we found? The mild, moderate, and severe profounds are there. So this R, H, and U is mentioned over here in this R. R is for required. Self-reporting is required in mild conditions. Care of a behavioral report, self-reporting is required, and behavioral monitoring is helpful but not always required. Okay, whereas in the moderate condition, helpful and but always not always required, and self-care reporting is required in a moderate conditions. Then about this behavioral monitoring is also required. In a severe and profound condition, is unreliable. In self-reporting is unreliable, whereas the caregiver reporting and behavioral monitoring is required. Now we will see about the classifications of our anti-anxiety drugs. So basically it is classified in this benzodiazepines and non-benzodiazepines. So benzodiazepine includes the chlordiazepine, diazepam, oxazepam, and in non-benzodiazepine includes luciprone, beta-hydrogenate blockers, propanol, some antidepressants, imipramine, fluoxetine, zolpidem, zolpidem, and older less commonly used barbiturates, meropropanol chloride, sulfoids, etc. Okay. So next we will see the drug's half-life. So half-life is basically where drug reaches its concentrations of half-life, is the highest concentration. So IV medications half-life is the time it takes for a plasma concentration of a drug to reach half of its original concentration, where it reaches half of its original concentration to a blood plasma concentration. And more simply put the half-life of a drug in how long it takes for a half it to be eliminated from a bloodstream. So extra half-life is divided how it's eliminated, how much time it will take to eliminate from your bloodstream. Or simply we can say that the time required for drug concentration to reach a steady state as determined by the drug's half-life, and it takes one half-life to reach its 50%. First half-life it reaches to 50%, second half-life reaches to its 75%, whereas the third half-life it reaches about 87.5%, and then 3.5 half-life reaches to 90%, where 4 half-life is related to 93.75 and steady state. So most clinical situation attaining steady state is assumed that after 3 to half-life of the drug. So when we say that the drug has reached its half-life, means it's just 3 to 5th levels of drug, means about 93% approx or 95 to 97% approx. Next, we will see the types of anti-anxiety drugs. We have seen that what anxiety is, what's its classification of drugs is. Then we have seen this drugs half-life. Now we will see the types of anti-anxiety drugs. So it's long-acting, intermediate-acting, and short-acting. So the long-acting anti-anxiety drugs includes diazepam, olanzapam, chlordiazepam, peroid. Then intermediate acting, it includes alprazolam, temozolom, lorazepam, oxazepam. In the short acting, zolpidem, escopolamine. So in the long acting, it's simply described what the when it takes its action is about 24 hours. Okay, but it's in intermediate 12 to 24 hours, and in the short actings, it is about less than 12 hours. Okay. Here you can see about the doses and mgs of the drugs. So first we will see about the benzodiazepine. It was the first drug and of this type of anti-anxiety drugs, and it was created in 1957. So its mechanism of action is benzodiazepine receptors and enhance the effect of GABA, increasing influx of chloride. So these benzodiazepines drugs are interacts receptors binds with this GABA receptors and with the chloride ions, and rapid effects within 30 minutes, and therapeutic effect will be seen in 1 week, and relatively short of lifespan. However, relatively shorter means it is showing its rapid effect on by 30 minutes, and when we using it for this therapeutic purposes, it will take 1 week to show its therapeutic effects. So certain drugs have some therapeutic effects durations, and in the same way benzodiazepine is having therapeutic effect of 1 week. Okay. Next we will see about the major uses where we can use this benzodiazepine. Okay, it can be used in anxiety state, it can be used in epilepsy state, it can be used in insomnia state, it can be used in muscle spastic conditions, induction of amnesia, pre-anesthetic medications, adjuncting to alcohol withdrawal, and for differential psychiatric conditions in diagnosis. Okay. Now, indication, it can be used for short-term treatments of anxiety, treatment of seizure disorders, may be used for acute shortage stage of panics. Benzodiazepines includes alprazolam, olanzapam, diazepam, lorazepam, oxazepam, Praxis. So we have seen the drugs, its use. Next we see its actions. Okay, action or kinetics. Kinetics simply means movement. So benzodiazepines are the major anti-anxiety drugs agents, and they thought to affect the limbic systems. It affects your limbic system, and reticular formation reduces the anxiety, increasing by physically inhibitors neurotransmitter activity of GABA. It affects the activity of GABA. With we will see that benzodiazepines are the major anti-anxiety drugs agents that affect the limbic systems. We have seen that increases the facilitating the inhibition of a neurotransmitter. Two benzodiazepines receptor subtypes have been identified. First one is BZ1, and BZ2. So BZ1 is associated with your sleep mechanism. Okay. BZ2 is associated with your memory, your motor, your sensory perception, your cognitive functions, like this. Okay. Next, the mechanism of action of benzodiazepines increases the neurotransmitter GABA. We have seen already that it influxes, binds with the GABA, okay, chloride ion. Reference for limbic system. This already we have seen. Depresses CNS. Reduces skeletal muscles relaxation. Get muscles relaxed, your anxiety is gone. Conversion properties. Rapidly absorption from GI tract, causes blood-brain barrier, crosses the placenta and enters breast milk. Means it should not be given to a pregnant or lactating mother, and it is metabolized by liver. Okay. What is its contraindication? If someone is hypersensitivity, you will not give. Psychosis or acute neuroglaucoma,